Hello everyone, it's me again. I hope you're well. So I thought continuing on from our rain barrel, now that you know all about that and that we need to empty the rain barrel and keep it low, I thought I'd go over some things that I have learnt during my course and during my own kind of journey really of how to live a more balanced life, sort of emotionally as well. So the first thing, the big thing, is to clean up your diet. So this is such a big one for me, and I feel like my friends and people that know me will just laugh when they laugh at me when we go out now and they see what I eat, because I cannot tell you, like, my diet was just so bad. But I mean, it was the typical Western diet. I just loved anything like bread, beige buffet all the time, just carbs. And then even when I thought I was being healthier, like when it came, popular to have like the healthy peanut butter or the healthy almond butter, but I was still eating a lot of beige and not a lot of greens, or not of no fruit and veg really. So believe me when I say, if I can bloody do it, you can. So cleaning up your diet is the first biggie, a lesson that stayed with me actually is that my health guru said is you cannot out exercise a bad diet. And that was that was what I thought I was doing my whole life, because I was really skinny and lanky and tall. So I was one of those lucky ones that could eat what I wanted and I wouldn't gain weight. But it just goes to show that a bad diet will catch up with you, and you'll start to feel not right or not yourself, or you'll maybe start to experience some imbalances in your body physically, or some even diseases. So yeah, that's a real good point to just keep in mind. So basically, you need to kind of cut out really, especially for at least 21 days, just to give your body time to empty that rain barrel and for inflammation to go down the body. So you need to cut out, this is going to be hefty, are you ready? Cut out gluten, dairy, eggs, corn, grains, soy, alcohol, and nuts. So they all need to go for the first 21 days, and because they are kind of like inflammatory foods, and a lot of people will have intolerances to them that we don't realise. So for me, I had some tests done, and a lot of them came up, and I was quite shocked, because I was like, I'm not a celiac, I can have gluten. But the thing is, a lot of these foods now are not the same as what they once were. So they've been genetically modified over the years, for our kind of farming needs, in a way that they don't represent what they used to be. So back in the day, we probably could have had dairy when it was from a cow down the road, but now it's so full of like growth hormones and antibiotics and all the rest that it's just so bad for you. So yeah, clean up that. Other things you might want to think about are the nightshades. So that was another one for me. It was things like aubergines and potatoes. What else? Some tomatoes. Anything with lectin. So if you're someone that has really bad IBS, I would cut out nightshades. You just Google nightshades and see what comes up on there. And just be really honest. And like, if you do eat those foods, when you maybe then start to introduce things one at a time. So have like, say, start to introduce grains again. So you can have rice and porridge, and only have that for like, as in like, just introduce that one thing for 3 days, and really start to tune in, being like, how do I feel? How does it make me feel physically and emotionally? And it might not be straight away, it could be like a few days later, because that's when we see that inflammation. So cleaning up the diet. Oh, this one's a biggie. Cleaning up your gut. So we have a joke in my family. My dad's like, oh, here she goes again, leaky gut or LG, because it is like, it's a bit of an obsession with mine. I am a leaky gut. I've been diagnosed with it. Basically, I think most people do have it. It's not like a big, rare thing, unfortunately. So leaky gut syndrome, What happens is, so when you have food that is inflammatory for your body that you might be intolerant to, or unhealthy food like gluten, alcohol, processed food, fried food, basically the Western diet starts to cause these junctions in our gut to open and almost leak. So it's leaking out into our blood. And these junctions, they're called tight junctions, they normally kind of filter through what we need to let through into our bloodstream. So as we absorb from the digestive tract. And what happens is when we have leaky gut, things get through that shouldn't. So big protein kind of chains, toxins and pathogens and undigested food particles. And so what happens is your body is so clever, and it starts to think that there is an invader. And it's like, alert, alert, alert. And that causes an immune response, an inflammatory response. So that's what kind of where autoimmune disease comes from, where the body is almost attacking itself because it thinks it needs to, because things are in that blood that shouldn't really be there. And then depending on your genes, this is where the rain barrel effect kind of affects us differently, is we'll have different symptoms and different things that develop from that. So gut health really affects your mental health as well. Your gut is your second brain. Most of our serotonin is built in the gut. So if you have stuff going on with your microbiome or your gut health, then you're not going to feel very well at all, and some people will feel really down and have depression, anxiety. So just a few things really. So you can have obesity, type 2 diabetes, hypertension, depression, anxiety, ADD, ADHD, autism, dementia, epilepsy, irritable bowel, Crohn's disease, celiac, allergies, cancers. You're not absorbing your nutrients properly. You can get food allergies and intolerances. That might be why, suddenly you're allergic to something that you were fine with before. So that's that really. So that's something to think about, and we'll definitely dive into that much deeper. Exercise is another one. So exercise is just amazing to really get your endorphins going. You've probably heard people say it before, and it beats medication for mental health problems any day. Obviously it can be hard to have that motivation, and some people will need medication just to get them over that first hurdle. It's all about what's going on for you, but if you can try and get a daily exercise plan, it will massively help to boost your brain and neurotransmitter function. And that's just light to moderate exercise, and it also helps to regulate your immune system, your digestion, your sleep, and many other of the healing systems within the body. What else do we have? Sleep is a big one. Oh, sleep. If you can't sleep and if you're not getting at least 8 hours, you're not going to be your happiest, joyful, shiniest self. And this is where Ayurveda comes in, because they are all about the times of the day and the routines and the patterns. So they believe that we need to be going to bed by 10 o'clock, which can be tricky, especially now we have electricity, we've got so much stimulation. Some of us, we don't want to go to bed, especially when I was a dancer. I was still on stage at 10 o'clock. But the reason for that is your cortisol is at its lowest level, I think, at around 9:30. And after 10, you see a massive shoot up again of your cortisol. So that's where you get that second wind. Like if you're sort of up late, you'll feel quite wired after that time, and then it can be harder to sleep, and you don't get as much of a deeper, restful sleep. So Ayurveda says that you should be kind of going to bed at 10 and ideally getting up at 6. That's the best pattern. And also for that, which really rings true with me, is if you get up past sort of 8 o'clock, do you ever do that and feel so sluggish for the whole day? That's because that your cortisol peaks at around 6. So you want to be getting up then, and then the cortisol slowly drops down the rest of the day. So, and this is all to do with Ayurveda as well. Like obviously now we have the science to be like, this is why. But Ayurveda says that it's more of a kapha time, which is the more sluggish, slow time past 8 o'clock. So you want to be getting up before that to feel really like ready for the day and vibrant. Also, great things to use are things like sleep wake lights as well. And we'll go into loads of stuff that can help you get a better sleep pattern. There's loads of things that you can do. And then the last thing is to detox your life. So, you know, your thoughts and what you say to yourself, what you say to other people, or what you allow other people to say and behave around you. And we're taking a real look at your work balance, you know, your work-life balance, and you know, do you work in a toxic environment, and are you in a friendship group that is toxic, and just being really honest with yourself as well, and also detoxing the body physically, which we will definitely dive into because I've just done a liver detox and I feel amazing. I literally have so much clarity. It's ridiculous. What time are we on? Oh, nice and long. So we just got a few more. So another thing you can do is start to do more activities that are really gonna calm down the nervous system. So basically in yoga we say that there's a yang energy, the more active, maybe more masculine. If you think of like your average Londoner city worker, most of us are very masculine in the city because we have to kind of be on the go, we're achieving, we're doing, and you need that energy to have direction and focus. But you also want a bit more rest and lovely yin, calming, feminine energy. So, you know, making sure you do activities like some yoga or qigong. It's amazing. I've just started doing qigong down the road on a Saturday. It's so good. Or yin yoga or tai chi, or maybe it's learning to meditate or continuing to meditate. Massive change in my life. Maybe it's a Abhyanga. Ayurveda says like a self-massage. Two things that's great for. It will calm down your nervous system, but also it will help your lymphatic system get moving and help detoxify the body. So you can have some gorgeous essential oils and coconut oil and just rub it all over you and just smell amazing. Especially lavender, it's really, really calming. Maybe it's getting a massage, acupuncture, going to a sauna, maybe a float tank, they're great. And then also having that success mindset, so that positive vision of whatever it is you want to achieve. So whatever your goal is, maybe it's to feel joyful again and feel yourself, and just feeling and, you know, really visualizing your life when you feel like that, or when you are that. You already are that. So just start to feel it. And also, it can be anything. Maybe you have a career goal or a goal that you want to achieve. You might want to meet the love of your life. Really in like visualizing how you will feel, and feel it in every cell of your body when you have found that person, and how you'll spend your time together. Because thoughts lead to feelings, and vice versa, and then those feelings will lead to action. So it's from visualizing that we then take that inspired action to create what we want in our life, whatever that is. So they're just some little tips. And it's not going to happen overnight, but you know, the time is going to tick away. So you may as well just put in the groundwork, and it's not the big things that make a difference, it's the little things that we do over time, daily, and you know, for X amount of time, that will really make a massive difference to your health. And I am evidence of that. Like, I cannot tell you, I just feel like such a more brighter, happier version of myself. And I hope that those little tips help you. We'll obviously dive a lot deeper, so make sure you keep an eye out for future videos, and let me know if this video was helpful, and if you had any light bulb moments. Yeah, speak soon. Have a great day.